showed face towards that mid side. Moon Raccoons have to move up quick. We've seen this setup from them before, time and time again, especially against Serenity. 3 stack up A long, they send the owl drone, but yeah, guess what? Someone's come from behind, and they read it too. Temperature with the shot onto drone. There is still going to be Subroza lurking from behind, but now it's up to TSM to retake, especially with Subroza on the lurk from behind.
The spike has been playing. You see a couple of smoke coming out and the paranoia responding as well. Wow. As Alexander goes in, goes aggressively, and Rebo's actually the one that takes care of business. Members of TSM have already begun to drop. There's just one left. Wow. Rebo up close and personal, taking care of Wardell. Moon Raccoon strike first. Showing a little early on down A long as they try to get some info. But this time they're backing off. They have not sent anybody down A long. As Moon Raccoons once again is hitting C. A couple of smokes come out, the dash comes out as well, and Wardell rips Fiend from the skies.
I like that attempt though. Now Rebo will at least trade things out, and there's a cyber cage there to stop the push from TSM so they can at least get the spike down. But it's not down yet. Moon Raccoons are waiting for this flank from Profi. I can't believe I had missed it. With the frenzy, he's going to find Subroza. Then he backs away, and now TSM are like, damn, we're infiltrated. We're not safe. They're still going to plant that spike for long, and we'll see how TSM react. They've got to flush him out, and that's going to be how they do it. The Molotov back towards Gong, and now TSM can retake the site.
Yeah, and TSM has already lost 2 members here, so it's not totally out of the realms of possible. See temperature starting to tee up a little something as the clock continues to tick away. There's a paranoia coming out of Moon Raccoons. Alexander's able to take care of Cutler. Drone goes in a bit more aggressively. Nice shots out of Drone. On to Temperature. Wardell gets in on it as well. Just one left on the side of Moon Raccoons with 33 health. That's 7. He is able to take care of Wardell. Goes in and... okay, yeah, he is going to have enough time. That was dicey. That was very expensive for TSM, but around last option. Moon Raccoons, a much different look here. We haven't seen much of a B presence from Moon Raccoons. And it looks like that's exactly where they're headed. They don't have a ton of guns to work with, so they dash and go a bit aggressive. Fiend able to get one with the frenzy early on.
Joke's over.
Now he's just going to play in the smoke. There's going to be the clone that comes through. Wardell will hold the line. Drone still survives in that engagement, but now that's spike ticking, and so for Moon Raccoons, they at least get that money, but how many more picks can they find? They've got a player in Gong, Temperature with one, Profi with another. They've upgraded. It's a 2v1. Profi in the 1v1. Wardell up against Profi. He updrafts off. He knows exactly where he is, but Profi trying to reposition. He's going to wrap around. He's going to double back. He sees the head, sees the ponytail. Now he's in a little bit of a tougher spot. How does Profi play this out? Wardell drops down. The shots are good. Profi
pulled back out. He has that running back in his pocket now as Moon Raccoons make their way up. Long, meanwhile, Subroza on the flank. You see that Rebo's waiting for it just on the other side of the wall. It's going to be a 50. Subroza is able to take care of it. Big pick.
Oh, and he sees one more. It does look like Temperature saw him as well, but we have to remind ourselves that this is the eco. They just want to get the spike down. Profi with the long-term investment. He wants those stocks to pay off on tenfold. He's lurking all the way through the defender spawn. We'll see how much success he has. We'll pay attention as hazed and Subroza are pinching in. The TSM hyenas are starting to find their prey. They're hungry and they're hunting. They know that Moon Raccoons are on the site. But Profi coming in from behind is going to be important because he's going to find Wardell here. But does Wardell see him out? We're looking at, of course, the site battle here. Profi does find him, but now the defuse is starting to come through. It's all down to him, and somehow he didn't use that Hunter's Fury from before. Subroza's going to peek him. He's going to push him out, take him down. Solid attempt there from Moon Raccoons. They get the spike down, but TSM retake too strong.
Yeah, and you wonder in a 1v3 like that, knowing that this is your postured positioning from TSM towards A, they get that dart out, nobody's home.
Oh, that's an important pick here for Temperature as well. Oh, and that's an important miss for Wardell. Now the flash, of course, is going to take him off the ankle. Alexander finds him. The spray from Subroza just to see if anyone peeks from the smoke. Now it's a 3v5 retake. Spike is going down. Solid, quick push here from the Moon Raccoons.
Yeah, Rebo was trying to rotate back around and he got caught, unfortunately. Members of Moon Raccoons have had to back off towards C long. Drone in from garage. He's going to work his way in as you see the other drone is going to get plenty of information. The Empress has been used out of Subroza as he tries to flash and create a little bit more room. First team drone was able to take care of Temperature from downtown. That's insane. And he's sticking the defuse, already gets it down to half. Subroza goes in a bit more aggressively to create some more space, but Profi keeps things at bay. Color trying to hold it down. The spray is not going to connect through the smoke. A clutch.
Sewers, 3 stack to A long. See if that will end up being the play.
It's interesting to see TSM entirely play off of C and leave it open. There's nobody there.
Wow.
But it looks like the investment over on the opposite side of the map is working. Subroza's already able to get 2 drone swings and gives Profi the business as the third goes down for Moon Raccoons, just down to 2.
Remaining.
Yeah, this sewers hold was great from TSM because they had anticipated
Response as well. His temperature gets spiked down.
Spike planted.
And the answer back too. It was actually Color who tagged Profi, but couldn't finish the deal. Subroza's actually made his way onto the site, even though Moon Raccoons members have kind of positioned in an interesting way. Temperature is going to be the X factor that we have to consider unless TSM clear it out. You see he's got a Sheriff. He's got not a lot to work with, so he's willing to sacrifice his life. But there's some cheeky angles. Look at Rebo, positioned out the doors. Drone actually Molotov's Temperature out of position, and now they decide to go in, but ALEKSANDAR with 1 drone trades it out, and they want to stop the defuse, but it's currently being defused. As Wardell will stick it, the rest of the team clean up. Hazed pushes through the doors, Drone pushes through the smoke, and Wardell trusting very similar in one of the first early rounds, but TSM going to be interested to find out that Moon Raccoons are playing retake for the C site. Very interesting position as well that Drone has found himself in. He's deep in Link, watching the flanks just in case the C site is a little bit contested or uncontested so they can catch the rotates. But they plant for long, they back up, and now Drone is going to be the real problem here for Moon Raccoons. Profi's going to feel it, gets those shots taken down, and now Temperature has to play contact. We'll see if ALEKSANDAR, though, can catch these members looking through the garden.
Oh, ALEKSANDAR spots, able to get 1, not able to get the second as Wardell trades it out. Meanwhile, Drone, we were watching him before. He's going to get cleaned up as well. Was in a position to make something happen, but drops. Fiend, the last one standing on the side of Moon Raccoons, and he won't be around for long. TSM win the pistol in the second half.
This is going to be a fast and heavy hit. Are Moon Raccoons ready for it? We're about to find out.
Oh, that operator shot was the cue. You see some members of Moon Raccoons starting to rotate over as TSM funnel onto the site. Fiend is able to get 3, however, and stops the push dead in its tracks. They're just down to 2 members left. The spike is on the site, too. It's not even in a position where they can easily get it and rotate away. Moon Raccoons sitting pretty here. A 4K for Fiend already as he's looking for the ace. You see him want to go aggressive. Looking around for Wardell. The operator shot just goes a bit wide as Fiend goes in aggressive. Wardell running for the fences, dashing away as Fiend hunts him down along with the rest of Moon Raccoons.
That is an aggressive, ballsy, classic peek into the operator. Wardell.
They haven't gotten any information to understand where TSM wants to go. You see Cutler has used a Hunter's Fury, but again, it's on the opposite side of the map. It's a bait. Meanwhile, TSM is working their way onto A. It's just Temperature who's going to have a chance. Clean shots onto Subroza. That's a big opening pick, but TSM should be able to get onto the site here.
Spike's still not planted, but it might be shortly as they're still waiting for the push in. But Moon Raccoons do not like to wait. They want to start to fight for it early. Shock darts come through. Wardell is paranoid, so he's got to double back. Oh! At least let him touch the ground. Wardell shoots Profi right out of the air. It's the 3v2 retake. It's all down to Temperature, and Wardell will seal the deal.
The different abilities that Omen's going to have, you imagine something a little spicy. You already see a smoke toad screens and a smoke toad's heaven. The next thing you normally see is the paranoia right across the middle of the site. That's exactly what happens. There was not an early push from TSM to kind of coincide with that, and because of that, Temperature and Fiend were able to get a kill apiece early on.
Yeah, that paranoia was huge, and now it's all down the backside. Wardell trying to do what he can from range.
This round is relatively comfortable with just kind of giving it up. Some utility from the Cypher around the B site to ensure that that's much more difficult to get into than would have been otherwise. And TSM already dropping 1.
Slow and steady here. B main is a tough choke point to push through. Oh, the Rebo junk peak. I don't know if he sees a lot of people there, but we'll see how much firepower can be provided by the Heaven side. Now they're starting to funnel in. Drones at least can get in early. Wardell still supporting from the back, but now the swing comes through. Profi just running it and gutting. Holy smokes! Wardell missing a crucial shot down to 2 members here for TSM. Man, I don't know if a lot of you have seen that tense clip in a DM where he's just running around, but that's exactly what that felt like. Profi just holding left click and the
30 seconds left.
The right arrow key just moving along. 2 members remaining here for TSM. It'd be a difficult site to break through, but now they're starting to be pinched in from behind. There's the smoke. They're going to be pushed in by Temperature. All down to 1 final player, Hazed. They're just going to push in one at a time. Oh, Hazed! Holy smokes! That should not have happened.
So if things get dicey, they could rotate away, but I love this from them. They're going to use the Rolling Thunder on B, and immediately, like clockwork, you see members from Raccoons start to rotate, but TSM gives up the cues. Alexander with a huge two-piece. He's gonna get traded out, however, as Fiend drops. Temperature still on the site, anchoring things down, holding them at bay. TSM has fallen apart on this round as Raccoons hold fast.
I wish I could see the perspective there from Alexander. Spike picked up, shot's gonna be good onto Temperature, but they know that he's playing towards Hell, so he's gonna smoke off screens and only focus on the Heaven push. We've got a player coming in from the top side as well. Color's gonna take him down, so already this is being equalized by TSM just because of the raw weapon advantage that they have. Alexander only had the Showstopper and a Sheriff.
30 seconds
he doesn't have
left.
much else to work with. Spike going down, and it's the 2v2 retake. How will Raccoons fight this off?
Looks like they're going to be pushing in from a couple of different fronts. Rebo's going to get onto site, but it's actually Alexander. With the 3K on the Sheriff, Rebo spots the last one. He only has 4 bullets, but it does not matter. Alexander makes that Sheriff sing. Cutler drops. Raccoons are going to be able to defuse the spike and take a 2-round lead here in the opening half.
This will be the round that really breaks the straw on the camel's back. TSM forcing up here. You lose this one, you're put in a position where Raccoons are up by 4. We also have to continue to identify, split being defender-sided. TSM have already done a lot of work to get 2 rounds, and now they're going to look to continue to do that same work. Subroza, Alexander somehow! What? How did he do that? Was that paint shells? Was that a blast pack? What was that? A flawless round for...
Still in his back pocket, so he has plenty to work with. TSM trying to play around mid here, but Alexander goes in aggressive. Holy smokes, the Showstopper does just that onto Hazed as he's taken out.
Yeah, and they got to hold this B push now. Rebo, it's all down to you. How many members can you stop from TSM? He's getting tagged, he's getting shot. Drone takes him down. Now Temperature trying to spray through that default plant spot there behind the boxes. Flash comes through. 3v4 for Raccoons. The heroics with the Showstopper, yeah, it's great. They've lost too many members on this B site, and they have to go for the retake. It's going to be a tough one, nonetheless.
Fiend still with that operator. Just in a brutal spot. He's got to check so many angles. He's able to take care of Wardell. The CC was not enough to keep him at bay, and now Fiend can move in a little bit more, as can the rest of Raccoons. It's going to be a 3v3. Fiend gets flashed up. Drone gets 3, and Cutler finishes it off. TSM take the rep. Much success as TSM has found across the middle of the map. Raccoons still hold a 3-round lead here on the defending side. Now we're seeing him go a bit aggressive, and I think that might have been a bit of like an unfortunate interaction as Profi got pushed back as he was swinging on the drone. It was just easy picking for him there at that point. You see the Rolling Thunder has been used to clear out B, but nobody's there. Temperature holding down the middle of the map to give him 3. The man is out of control.
One enemy remaining.
This is exactly what Raccoons needed, but guess when they...
The bit spread out, giving up mid on the defensive side, and that's exactly where a couple of members of Raccoons are going. The rest of them are going to be splitting through Garage as they have turned their attention over towards B. Members of TSM are starting to rotate over from the defending spawn as they begin to drop onto the site. Subroza gets punished. He gets hit pretty bad. He's going to have to back off as Alexander and Fiend gate 2 on the site. TSM down to 2.
The last 2 members from TSM are in the back alley. They're going to at least try to find one here with the flames. Oh, the shots are almost crisp. Drone! He's going to find 3. It's a 1v1. The flash comes through. His confidence is oozing all over Split. Last shot's got to be good. And TSM! Turbo dunks just for good measure. TSM will trail by 3.
Holy cow. How, I mean... At the end of the day, that was just Drone being filthy.
Lose to TSM here, and it's going to be a 2-0 sweep for the boys in black and white. But now as they start to push in towards this B side, they're running fast. The Stingers from range, it's not going to do a lot. Subroza, Temperature, everything is happening on the site all at once, and it boils down to 2 final players. Wardell's got shots for days. It's all down to Temperature. 1v3, and Wardell with the Ghost sends his regards.
Working their way towards A. We've seen heavy mid. Now we're going to see a heavy A quick one too.
Well, they don't really have a lot to work with. They'd love to get the spike down, but that's exactly where it is. It's down. It's not in the hands of anybody. This is just going to be a quick throwaway round for Raccoons. If they can find a pick, great. Hazed is unfortunately going to be the only one that feels that pain. Okay, that's 1 pick, but now you're dead unless you find one from range, which...
Mentioned, they don't have a ton of guns to work with, so it's just a difficult a difficult task for them here, but they've managed to work their way into heaven. This is certainly far from over.
Fiend hasn't used the blades yet, and he's not going to get a chance to, as TSM are just going to hold the line. The flower pot angle, drone holds it, takes down the other player, trying to push onto the site. It's all down to Profi, 9 HP. Going to be going the ropes route, and Subroza's going to be waiting there with open arms for the cross across mid. There you go. Shot's going to be good. Headshot, of all things, to take him positioned as well, is to handle any mid pressure. Not necessarily at ropes, or but they've got a great handle on what's going on here. Subroza's going to go up and over. He's still flashed and unfortunately can't gather his bearings quite yet. The 4v4 remains. Drone will rotate back into ropes, and they'll try again to hold that mid pressure. But B main is going to be pretty easy to walk through. There's not a lot of presence from TSM to look in towards B main, so this should be a quick sight hit for Moon Raccoons.
Yeah, you see the smokes coming out, the paranoia declare at the back of the site. That's going to let TSM know where the action is going down. You still have Wardell on the opposite side of the map too, ensuring that there are no shenanigans. Drone up from heaven, he's able to get two, looking for the third. No. Alexander trades it out with the Spectre. He's the last one standing, able to get one, two, that's three on the round for him. He drops things down to a 1v1. Alexander with the heroics, keeping this round close.
1v1. Wardell versus Alexander. He sees Wardell, a headshot! As Moon Raccoons
goes in. Oh my gosh, it's like playing Duck Hunt. He just rips him out of the sky. Moon Raccoons fall apart. They're just down to one member left. It's Temperature. He backs up. Wardell goes in aggressively. Temperature takes care of him. He's got the Guardian, able to get two, but no. Subroza takes care of business.